Peace and love, peace and love. What's good, everybody? What's good? And I had to jump on here real quick and kind of jump into this little situation. I don't even know. I don't know. I think this one is kind of inspired by events that I just went through, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, I guess. But I guess in the same sense, I am being inspired to speak about it. So maybe there's a message with this one. But I'm just going to tell y'all about what just happened. All right, at work. So at work, my job is I don't want to say unique. It's not unique, but it's a responsibility that I have. My job is kind of, I don't want to say separate from, but it's like I have pretty much one main responsibility at work. And I know I've talked about my job quite a few times on some of these videos that, you know, it may take me an hour and a half, you know, to really do my job, but you know what I'm saying, I can kind of stretch that, or, you know, if there's other things that need help, I can jump in and help out and do certain things. But my responsibility at work is to maintain the inventory at 2 locations of this company that I work for. So, okay. So with that being said, when it comes to like the actual restaurant operating, as far as the workers and doing the work, there's a group or a team of whatever you want to call them, coaches, managers, leaders, directors. There's a group of people that are there that do the work and also are over, like supervisors over, you know, the rest of the employees, you know. So when it comes to handling the food or, you know, interaction with guests, that is their thing, that is their focus, you know, the actual operation of the store. My responsibility is making sure the inventory is there. So it's not really hands-on. I'm not really in the customers' faces. I'm not really, but I am, because I'm always looking to help, or I'm always seeing an opportunity to help. If I see somebody overwhelmed, or I see somebody trying to perform a particular task or job, and I see that their hands are full, or, you know, maybe they can't handle a certain thing, or they don't know how to do something, I might just jump in and coach them, teach them, because I know how to do those things. It's just no longer my priority. I mean, my main responsibility to do those things. So I just want to kind of give y'all that quick of what it is. So when it comes to dealing with guests or the customers, I don't really get involved, but sometimes I'm in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the right time, that I have to step in and handle a situation, you know. And, you know, because I have experience doing it, I can help them, but it's just not my number one responsibility. So I try to let those people that are there to handle those types of issues handle those issues. So I just want to give y'all context. So long story short, today I'm about 10 to 15 minutes from being done with my work for the day, right? I got an early start. I went in at 5:30 this morning to the other location, stayed and did some jobs there, took care of some things after I finished my responsibility of inventory. Well, before I started my responsibility of inventory, I you know, cleaned some stuff, organized some stuff, put some stuff up, you know, just got my stuff together, rearranged some things. I also did some rearranging Saturday, so that's why I was really trying to get into the other location early today. And we'll just call that location B. I tried to get into location B early, so I went at 5:30 a.m. to get in there, get that done. I ended up leaving there about 9:20. I got down to location A about, clocked in, I think it was 9:32. So from 9:32 it is now 12:42. So 9:32, I get in there and You know, I start doing my thing, doing my inventory thing. So I'm about 10 to 15 minutes from being done with my work for the whole day. And one of the coaches or leaders or managers or, you know, who's new to management, new to leadership, came back where I was like, hey, have you seen so-and-so who is like a director? And I'm like, well, I just saw her a few minutes ago, but I think she's gone. So she's like, well, there's a lady out here that is upset and she wants to talk to her. Can you try to find her? I'm like, well, yeah, I'll call her. So I take out my phone. Mind you, I don't know what the customer is upset about. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what has happened. I don't know a single thing about what's happened. All I know is this girl came to me in a panic. Like, and you can see the fear and the shakiness of her voice, that she's nervous. And she's saying, this lady's up here, she's really angry. And she only wants to speak to this one person. So I'm on the phone. And so I walk up front as I'm calling, because I know I just saw this person that she's looking for. So I'm just trying to look around and see, is she still in the building as I'm calling, because she's not picking up the phone. So as I'm doing this, looking around, the lady, who I didn't even know this was the lady that was right here. I didn't know this was the lady that was the angry customer. I didn't know. I'm on the phone trying to call the lady that she's looking for, and she like says to me, can I help you? Like, you know what I'm saying, with like a whole attitude. And now mind you, this is a woman that looks like me, so I'm definitely not looking, well, I don't look to disrespect anybody anyway, but it was just like, I mean, this is like an elder, you know. This lady definitely would have to be 50s or 60s, black woman. And so she says to me, well, as I'm on the phone trying to call this director, the catering director, I'm like, she says, can I help you? I'm like, and I noticed that she had not picked up the phone, voicemail came on, so I hung up. I'm like, I'm sorry, can you help me? You know, I'm like, again, I don't even know this is the angry lady, but I'm starting to pick up in how she talking to me that this must be an angry lady, you know. She said, I said, well, I don't know, can you help me? You know, I don't know what she talking about. So she's like, you need to tell your grill person back there, they terrible. Now, I'm trying to make sense of it, because I mean, we don't have a grill person. Like, I don't even know what that is. So, but what she was attempting to do is tell me what's wrong with my job that you really have no knowledge about. You have a common understanding of how, I guess, restaurants and how they operate, but you don't know exactly what's going on in here. Now you're just speculating. But the thing is, I don't have a clue what is even wrong with you, or what was wrong, what was the problem in the first place. But you're talking to me mid-conversation as if I know even what you're talking about. I'm not even knowing you're the one until you start talking to me like this. And I'm like, okay, you got to be the angry customer that's up here, because you just jumped off at me and you don't even know me. Now, the argument she was making was, these kids need to have respect because they don't know me. Now, I'm going to just start there, because the reality is she's absolutely right. These kids do need to have respect, not only because they don't know her, but just because they should have respect, period. You know, and I agree 100% with the lady. Like, I agree they do need to have respect, but I'm still trying to figure out what even happened. You know, I don't know what was done before I even walked up here. Again, it's not even my responsibility, so I wasn't up there. I wasn't involved. I don't know what is even wrong with you, why you're so upset at this point. But for you to just come at me, and I'm just a guy who walked up front on the phone, and you immediately feel that it's okay for you to come at me. Like, what in your mind, regardless of what happened, what in your mind made you feel it was okay to come at me, right? So, but again, she's an elder. She's 50 or 60-year-old black woman. So I'm looking at her like my mother or my grandmother. And, you know, I'm looking to just remain calm and respectful because I know I have not wronged her. So I don't care what she's saying to me as far as this energy and this negativity that she's bringing. I'm going to bring it back down in here because you and I don't have an issue. I don't know you. So therefore, I'm not going to disrespect you. As you say, these kids need to learn some respect because they don't know you. They disrespectful. Like, shouldn't it work both ways? Like, what made you feel it was okay to disrespect me? Now, the young woman who came to tell me was a black woman, a young black woman who's new to being a leader, and I could tell that she was a bit nervous. So I don't know what the woman had said or done before she came back to get me, but she came to me in a panic, like, I wouldn't say like crying or nothing, but I could hear the shakiness of her. You know, like she didn't know what to do. This lady's probably giving her a hard time, and you don't know how to deal with that. You're new to leadership. You're still learning things, and you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she's still an innocent young girl that, when I found out later, it's not even her that was your problem. Your problem happened on Saturday. So on Saturday, you had an issue. You couldn't resolve it on Sunday, so you came on Monday to resolve the issue, and that's why you were here today. You came to resolve the issue and get, you had already gotten a refund on Saturday from what I learned later from others. You got a refund on Saturday, but you came today to get your food remade. Although you did get a refund already. Now, I ain't even tripping about that because it's like, it's not my money, it's not my food. I'd rather keep a customer happy. So if it means, hey, let's just get them fresh food, let's do that. And, you know, oftentimes, those are the types of things that I handle when I step in. Being an inventory guy, and I walk into a certain situation, or I notice a team member or a leader handling a situation, and I hear them talking to a guest, you know, disrespectfully, or we're trying to be like, oh, we ain't do that, or we not doing it. Like, I just like to let's just fix it. Let's keep a smile on everybody's face. Let's fix it, and let's just keep going, because this could be a real distraction of the day if this gets out of hand. So I normally try to get in, hey, let's find out what the issue is. Let's not argue with the guests. Let's not, you know what I'm saying? Let's not make it an arguing match. They're gonna win. Let them win. It's okay to let them win. But let's resolve it, and let's keep them happy and satisfied so that they come back again. That's how you, in running a business, you want to keep the customer satisfied. So anyway, again, this lady's like, you know what I'm saying, kind of flying off at me at the mouth. But she's telling me what I need to tell my people to do at the job. Now, but I don't even know what the problem is. You're telling me what I should tell. You need to tell your grill person to do this. And then they who told them to chop my meat up for my salad? They just gonna do what they want to do. Well, if you would calm down and tell me what the problem is, then we can resolve the problem. But instead of her calmly telling me what the problem is from the start, I asked her, would she mind taking me to the beginning and telling me what's going on? And she said, you know what's going on, that's why you came up here. I said, well, no, I don't know what's going on. I actually was told to call somebody, and that's what I was doing as I walked. Well, he on the phone, you on the phone. I know y'all talking about me. Well, I don't know who I could be talking about you to, because nobody picked up this phone that I'm on. I didn't say that, but I'm just saying in my mind, like, what would make you assume that I'm talking about you because I'm on the phone? I don't know you either. I don't even know what your problem is. I don't even know why you're angry. And I've been asking you, do you mind taking me to the beginning to tell me what happened so that I can resolve your issue? But instead of telling me what's wrong with your issue, your food, so I can fix your food, you're telling me that girl over there, what's she looking back here for? Ain't you got something else to do? You need to be making these folks drinks. You over here being nosy looking at me. Well, everybody's looking at you because you're the angry black woman at the front counter that's talking loud and disrespectfully with all these folks in here standing waiting on their food. These folks are all over here who happen to be white, standing over here waiting for their food. The young lady at the register that was helping you was white, right? The young lady who came to get me was black, but everybody in that area, from workers and customers waiting on food, were all white. So now I come up and you talking to me just flying off at the mouth like as if I'm a piece of trash to you. I haven't done anything to you. I haven't seen you before. I've never spoken to you. I came up on the phone and you asked me, can you help me? So I'm confused because normally I'm the one asking, can I help you? So you really just kind of threw me off by asking, can you help me? I'm like, well, I don't know, can you? You know, can you help me? And you need to tell your grill person to do this. And you need to tell them to pay attention to the ticket, whatever the ticket say. Okay, well, tell me what happened from the beginning, and we will get this taken care of for you. I will get this taken care of for you. She say, well, you know what's going on. So you gonna tell me you don't know what's going on? Okay. Ain't you a manager? She pointing out, plunking up my name tag, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she hitting my name. Ain't you a manager? So you touching me. So you don't know me. You're telling me that these kids need to be respectful and that they don't know you, so they need to be respectful to you. But yet me, the guy who just walked from the back to the front on the phone, you attempting to chump me off, and I look like your son, potentially. You chumping me off in front of all these white folks. So, here's the thing though. I'm not offended because I didn't take it personally, because I know I haven't done anything to you. And I'm still trying to ask you what exactly was the problem so that we can fix it. So now that you got all your food, it's a lot of it, right? You got a lot of stuff. You can't carry it all. I'm like, hey, I'll help you carry it to your car. I'm still in peace, but I'm still wanting you to share with me what happened so that I can fix the problem. But apparently you had already told a couple other people because they were all busy trying to fix your problem as well. So now here they come, they bring all your food, and it's whatever it is, it's a lot. So I volunteer. I'm like, hey, I'll help you carry this out. I grab some things for you, and I open the door for you nicely as you're still talking shit. Excuse me. Walking out the door, you're still talking, and I'm saying, well, do you want to tell me what happened so that I can resolve it for you? I want to be able to make this right for you. So if you tell me what happened, then I'll know, number one, how I can make you happy by doing whatever it is you need done. I can get whatever you need to make sure you are satisfied. But number two, I can address the team or the team leaders to let them know, hey, these are some things we might want to take a look at, we might want to focus on. She telling me I can pull the camera and see what happened and all this kind of stuff. Like, I don't have access to the cameras, but I'm asking you, person to person, what was the issue so that I can help resolve it for you. But you're not listening to that because you want to constantly talk about and complain about what's wrong or your feelings versus telling me what actually happened. So then she said, and it's the same thing that happened Saturday when I came. I sat in that drive-through all that time, and they messed my order up because they don't read. They don't know how to read in there. She's just going off, and it's like, okay, so now we're getting somewhere. So on Saturday, there was an issue with your order. Okay, now I have some understanding. So on Saturday, okay, and then you say on Sunday you weren't able to take care of it. So on Monday, which is today, you were coming to resolve your issue with your food. Now, what you didn't tell me, what I did not know, is that we refunded you your money. Now, I don't mind still replacing the food. I mean, if you were inconvenienced, and really for the sake of peace, man, like, I don't mind replacing your food. you know, and I can make sure we get that done and get it done correctly if you let me know what the problem is, because I can personally go back to the back because I know who's working in the back, and I have experience, and I can lead and guide these young people to correct your order, and we will get it perfect for you, and then I will personally bring this to you up front and let us together double check everything to make sure your order is perfect. That's what I'm willing to do with any guest, any customer. That's the type of level of service that I'm bringing. So, you know, I'm just kind of sitting there, still trying to figure out why she's still talking to me in a kind of way. So I grab her stuff, walking out the door. She's still talking trash, telling me what I need to do with these disrespectful kids, and I'm agreeing with her. I'm like, I mean, you're absolutely right. A lot of these kids are disrespectful, and you know, we're having to hire these kids who are disrespectful, and you know, they don't show you that when they come to an interview. None of these kids come to an interview with cussing us out and talking back and all that. They're the sweetest kids you ever met. You know, now once they get hired and they get in this building and it's 30, 40 kids their age, high school age, that think like them, talk like them, walk like them, man, they tend to get comfortable. They tend to get around their peers, and they start to let whoever they are really come on out. So that's what we've been experiencing, and we got some kids that, you know, have been showing that they are disrespectful. So I agree with her 100%. Some of these kids are disrespectful, but that's everywhere, right? So our question as grown-ups, as adults, I'm 36, she was clearly 50 or 60 something. Our thought should be, how do we save these kids, right? The way you're talking to them, even though you're right, they are disrespectful, but the way you're talking to them, we're never going to make progress with these kids if you're talking to them in the manner that you're talking to them and talking about them, and you're talking to me, because you probably assume I'm a kid, because people be saying that all the time, like, oh, you look so young, and I appreciate that, but I'm 36, and you're talking to me like I'm 12, and you're still doing it. You're telling me how much money you make and how much money you made in your career, that you work for the government so you get paid to listen. You heard people talking about you. I was waiting for you to say you heard me talking about you, because I'm like, nah, no, there's got to be something wrong with that hearing that they're paying you for, because you can't be telling the truth and saying I talked about you, because I don't even know you. I don't know what's going on. But thank God she didn't. She was saying that these kids, she heard some of these kids gossiping about her because she was angry about food, and that is a problem. And that is disrespect, so we do want to fix that. But now we're finally getting somewhere. Now I get her outside to her car. Now she's calm. We're talking. I'm offering her my personal cell number because I really want to resolve it. I could tell she was still bothered. Although I was calming her down, she was still bothered. We started talking about life. She brought the Bible up, which was interesting considering the way she just cussed me out and talked down to me and talked so disrespectfully to me. Then you mentioned the Bible, and that I might need to teach these kids on the Bible. That's interesting to me, like where we are as a people. And I guess that's my point. Like, where are we as a people that this is what we do? I mean, granted, there was something wrong with your food. We want to get that resolved. We want to get that fixed. I'm sorry we messed it up. And they messed it up again today. So that was like why she got even angrier. They messed it up again today. As they replaced it, they gave it to her wrong again. So she had to send it back again and get it fixed. I understand you being upset. But when I come into play and I don't know what's going on, I'm asking you calmly, nicely, politely. If you tell me what's going on, I will personally work with you to get this resolved. I know these kids may not know how to deal with you or handle this problem, and that's why they're, you know, kind of fearful. And the way you're talking to them, you probably have really ruined any opportunity of connecting with them for them to even hear what you're trying to tell them, because they don't want to deal with you anymore. They don't want to take it from you because they like, this lady is going off and I don't know how to deal with it. So I was grateful that I was there, that I could go and take that heat for these kids, that they don't have to take it, because it would have been so wrong for her to possibly hurt these kids by talking to them like that. But So I took it. I don't mind. Hey, I'm cool with it. I took it. But it's just, where are we as a people that we feel that that's okay? Even though your food was wrong, what did it benefit you to disrespect me? You know? And I'm constantly being respectful. I'm gonna tell you how the conversation ended up going though. We get outside and I'm just talking to her about what I agree with, but I'm telling her that these are my observations, being a in my position here. You know, what I just explained about some of these kids are disrespectful. They're raised in different households. We do not have enough power or control or influence, and I say we as far as the company that I work for, we don't have enough influence to make these kids change their behavior that they've behaved for 16 years or however their parents allow them or have raised them to behave. We can't necessarily, as a brand, change them. You know, I can personally have an impact on them because I connect with all these kids. I talk to all these kids. I'm asking about their lives and what they're into, and you know, I'm getting to know all these kids. I'm not in here disrespecting these kids and talking to them any kind of way. Man, I treat these kids like my kids. I love these kids. Some of these kids I just met, but I love these kids like they're my kids. And I protect them like they're my kids. That's why I stepped into that situation to call, because it sounded like it was a problem up front. I didn't know what was going on, but as I walk up front, lady snaps on me, but I can handle it. I can handle that. These kids can't handle that if you would talk to them like that. So anyway, we end up being outside. I'm offering her my number. She like, well, what, you got a card or something? And I'm like, well, I do have a card, but it's for my lawn service. It's not for this restaurant. And she said, oh, well, let me see. So she puts my number in her phone. And so then she like, so you got a lawn service? I'm like, yes, ma'am. She was like, do you come to Atlanta? I'm like, well, no, not really, not yet. She's like, well, you need to. It's a lot of opportunity up there. I'm like, you absolutely right. There is a lot of opportunity up there. She was like, I can help you get government contracts. She said, well, I got your number. I'll send you some info on it. Perfect. You know, and that's why, on the other hand, it's like, I'm glad I didn't go there with her. I didn't disrespect her. I stayed peaceful. I stayed positive. I stayed showing love. And I think it paid off, because we'll see though. She's supposed to be referring me because she supposedly retired from the government. I don't know what she did. She said she was not a detective. She said she was an investigator or something like that. So she's very good with her ears. She said she paid attention to everything. That's why she knew that I knew something was going on, because of how I walked up front. Yes, I knew something was going on, but I didn't know what the hell was going on, lady. I just came up here because this young black girl, who I protect like my children, came to me in a panic saying there was an angry woman up front. You understand? So me being a father of 2 girls, I ain't with that shit. You're not gonna disrespect these kids. And kids, you're not gonna disrespect no elders either. So I'm on both ends, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna disrespect me, because I'm not gonna disrespect you. So I just came to just see what was going on. And like I said, it ended up being a thing. But I was able to stay calm, which was able to calm her down. And then we ended up having some real talk about some opportunities with these government contracts in my lawn service. So I don't know if that was really a message, a lesson, or anything, but really I was just venting about how that went down. But I just stayed peaceful and stayed in the mind of love, and it worked out. So we'll see what's up with these government contracts. But people, please control yourselves. We gotta do better, people. We gotta do better, especially our own. Especially our own. I'm not saying she didn't have a right to be upset, especially considering she said she lives in Atlanta. I'm trying to figure out why you coming all the way to Macon for Chick-fil-A, unless you living down here or got something here, I guess. But I wouldn't keep coming to the same place if you feel like, you know, they've ruined your food so many times, or I mean, if you feel like it's that, or is it that it's not that, it's you and your inability to handle disappointment. Like for me, for example, you'll be surprised. Well, you won't be surprised. Y'all probably experience it too when you go to restaurants and they make your food wrong and they're like super apologetic. Some people are super apologetic. Some people are kind of like as if you did something wrong to the food. Like, I mean, what's wrong with it? It's not done. It's not done. You know, but some people make it like it's your fault that your food is wrong, and then some people are super apologetic. I'm sorry, let me get that fixed for you. You know, and either way that it goes, I'm still the same in every situation. Like in my life nowadays, like, it just be like, oh, it's no problem. I mean, if you could just fix it, I'm cool. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. Everybody makes mistakes. I know my job. They make mistakes. So I'm not gonna be at another restaurant or another business like going ham because they messed up something. Like, I don't do that. I mean, I know some of y'all might do that, but I'm not finna get all angry about my food being messed up, especially when they can just make me some more. Like, why am I gonna be all angry and furious? So anyway, that's all, man. I was just saying, y'all, we gotta work on our self-control. We gotta work on how we talking to each other, how we handle situations or problems when they come. Are we getting all worked up and upset and pissed off? And why are we doing that? Why are we allowing ourselves to be that emotionally involved with something as simple as food? You know, now I can understand if there's a thing where, hey, I'm on a time schedule. Say some people have a lunch break. You're trying to run, get some food real quick, and the line is long or something, and you have to wait more than you're wanting to wait, longer than you're wanting to wait. I can understand that, you know, kind of upsetting you. You're trying to eat quick. Well, you might want to start choosing some other options. You might want to look into some other things, because we're living in a different time where everybody's kind of doing the drive-through route or the curbside route, because everybody trying to be quick, but because everybody's doing it, it's really slowing that down. Sometimes it's easier to walk inside and get your food than it is to sit in the drive-through and wait, or wait on the curbside. And you just gotta know that the world is changing and people are adjusting. Some of these places don't even have enough employees to operate. So we gotta be mindful, and we gotta know where we are in time, and understand that we're not gonna always be in control of that. So we gotta do better. We gotta, you know, and peace and love to the lady. I don't have a problem with her. This video is not to bash her. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying in general, like, y'all, we gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely her son's age, if she has had any or has any. Like, I'm definitely in that age range. Like, you're like my mom's age or similar or something, you know? And you in here raising all this sand to me, like, what made you feel like that was okay? Yo, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta keep love in our hearts, man. And don't let everything get you so pissed off that you cussing folks out. And then you gotta come at me and talk to me about the Bible after you did all that. Come on, man. Peace and love.